Харе Кришна, скъпи бакти! Днес отиваме на друго пътешествие в Святата Дам. Сега ще тръгнем тук от главния храм на Рада Мадава и с бавен парикрам по устието на Джаланги ще се придвижим и ще отидем чак до Джаганат Мандир, Раджапур Джаганат, където ще разказвам интересни истории за Бог Джаганат и за Симантини Деви. Също, ако ни остане време, ще минем през място, където е живял Kholavecha Шридар, един от наистина близките придружители на Бог Чайтаня. И на връщане ще отидем да видим самадито на Чанд Кази и също самадито на Шила Бхакти Сиданта Сарасвати Такур и на Горе Кишор Дас Бабаджи Махарадж. И най-накрая ще завършим с вкусен екадаши обяд. Харе Кришна!
И до сега чакахме трите граци, защото закъсняват. Ето ги танцуват. Защо закъснявате вие? Днеска парикрам. Ау, красоти!
Тък му щехме да вече ви бехме измислили наказание, май да прощаем.
Да, една женичка просто влизаше в някаква стая, носеше ни право.
Тук цветя се дават. Ами, горе-долу това сме групата. Пак сме Баянара. Hare Krishna, Mataji. What was your name?
My name is Shirupa Rangadevi Dasi.
Do you live in Mayapur?
Partially, I can say.
Okay.
Every time when I'm having a vacations, I always come to Mayapur because it being my life and soul.
Jaya, to me also. And in general, where do you live?
I live in Delhi.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm doing my master's in environmental health science and management.
Wow, you're a smart girl. Are you coming with us?
Yes.
Jaya.
So excited.
Let's go.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, this is Bhakta Vatsala Prabhu from Slovenia, who is the main cook in the temple in the capital, Ljubljana. Yes?
The only cook.
Yeah, could you say some words about you, Prabhu?
Well, like you said, I'm a cook in Panchatattva temple, and I also dress Panchatattva
Wow,
on Sundays.
nice.
So this is my service there. This is my first time in
Mayapur?
Mayapur, first time in India. Generally, and I'm so happy to go to Parikrama.
Jaya.
Thank you for inviting me.
Wow, Jaya, Харива. Янчи, какво става бе, миличка?
Така, днеска много лудо. Не ме гледайте, че изглеждам и аз много лудо. Първо,
Откъде е това, първо кажи?
това е от Нарасимхадев и ми го даде една матаджи, с която заедно танцуваме на киртана.
Тя всеки ден ти дава по нещо.
Да, тя просто ме привиква след това и като матаджи, кум, и ми дава неща. Ама да, супер лудо. С нощи тъкмо си лягаме с Вети вече беше заспала. Гледам, Мишелка ми е писала нещо на пожар, звъняла ми е. И си викам, леле, какво става? И ми каза, в последния момент матаджи Мадава ни писа да ходим да служим. И ние като, добре, няма да се спи тая вечер. Станахме, отидохме, служихме, направихме супер хубави цветя. Беше много приятно. След това спахме. Дойдохме за сутрешната програма. И просто отварят завесите. По всеки имаше нещичко, което ние сме правили.
Чай.
Просто вау! Беше много готино. След това киртана беше много див. Много танцувахме.
Джая.
И да, просто много хубаво.
Янче, ти май попиваш на 100% Святата Дам. Така ми се струва.
Тя Святата Дам ме залива просто. Аз
ти
ще нещо попивам.
Викаш, не може да не се окъпеш.
Да бе, то просто се лека като душ.
Милост, не се трая, бе.
Да бе, гати.
Джая, много се радвам. Тук сме на Джаланги Дам и се оказва, че всъщност има приют за стари крави, изоставени крави.
Sri Nandi Sanctuary.
What? What did you say?
Sri Nandi Sanctuary.
Oh, wow.
Bananas.
I brought some bananas behind the fence. Thank you.
Да, и сега ще разгледаме, може да нахраним кравичките, може да оставим някакво дарение. Това е много хубаво. Поемат грижата бактите.
It's all for the cows.
Yeah.
Цялата група ще храни кравичките на Екадаши. Today is a crazy day. Ето ги кравичките, част от кравичките. Ей. О, това няма кръче. Сега ще нахраним кравичките. А ти чакаш да пътиш нахранен. Да? Не ти харесва? Така? Ти ще приемеш ли? Ой! Чакай. Добре, е така. Направо ми остърга ръката с езика. So, one banana for you, one banana for the cow.
Yes.
Как мляска. Тук ги чешат. О, тази е болничка. Тази е нещо болничка, да преглеждат. Ей. А ти къде си извадила тази глава? Сега не може да я прибереш. Искаш да идеш? Много животка. Да.
Колко сладко го хапна направо.
Обича с тези банани тя.
They have square pupils.
Yeah, it's a little bit creepy, but cute.
Look how sweet it takes the
It's
banana.
good for the music industry. It's good.
Много сладко и много
О, ти имаш тук проблемчето с това. Какво са стига station? Station is because of shot? А?
This one is waiting for me.
No.
It is not a cat, not a dog.
Here. Are you sure?
Hare Krishna. There's nothing but...
Автентична
каруца.
Автентична каруца от 13 век.
Окей. И за какво служи тази каруца? Това си първо.
Пренасяш тежки товари от едно място на друго.
И от кой се тегли?
Два варианта. Или Джаганатата, или голям бик. И двамата могат да свършат много добра работа.
Джая.
Арива!
И по пътя срещаме едно храмче, където Баларам, как беше?
Трепал един демон,
Да.
дето не слушал.
Те демоните обикновено не слушат.
Тук има описание, може. Lord Balaram was here on pilgrimage. Local brahmanas asking for protection from the demon Mayapur, who had caused many disturbances. Balaram battled the demon for a long time and finally slayed him. This area is therefore known as Mayapur, the holy place where Balaram killed Mayapur. Shri Balaram ki
Джай!
на как се казва, стръкове и го прекарват през тая машина и машината отделя
Това е ориз,
и го събирате там.
Вау! Ма вижте това кафявото.
Сеното го изсушавате тук на пътя го слагат.
Това е
след
оризово
се изсушава.
сено. Виж, аз си представям, че ориза ще е бял още в началото, той е кафяв.
Не е бял. Клещите ще махнат.
Харе Кришна! И това е кварталната бакалия за всякакви нещица, които висят. Харибо! Какво мислиш?
Много е хубаво тук,
Много е автентично.
просто е много приятно и все едно много е спокойно. Тук си е сълце, не е по-европейчено.
Така, да.
И затова се усеща много хубаво.
Харе Кришна. Окей. Това е току-що родено. Ой, 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 ой. Ой, миличкото.
Тук що родено ви? Скоро. Може би това мама.
Ами на храма сме на Джаганат. Имало е някакво събитие заради украсата. Можем да познаеме. Охо! Имало е голямо събитие, вероятно сватба. Джай, Джаганат. Баде, Субадра Деви Кича. Съдържан Джаганат. Джай.
Jai Gaura Premanande. So did you like the walk?
Yes.
Along the river?
Yes.
Little bit hot, not too hot, just to throw out the toxins from the body. So now we are in one of the 9 islands of Navadvip. It's called Simantadvip. Why Simantadvip? Because Parvati, the wife of Lord Shiva, decided to. She heard from Lord Shiva that in the future a special form of Krishna will appear. And Krishna, although normally blackish in color, this time he will be golden. Krishna Varnam Trisha Akrishnam. He will be Krishna, but at the same time he will not look like a Krishna. He will have a golden color. And then by hearing from Lord Shiva about the glory of this form of the Lord, Simantini Devi or Parvati, she decided to perform austerities here on this place, on this island, and to get the mercy of Krishna. She wanted to see this form, this beautiful golden form. So she performed austerities for a very, very, very long time, and at the end, Lord Gauranga appeared and gave her darshan. And it is said that she resides eternally on this place, and because this island is known as Simantadvip, she is known as Simantini Devi. And here we have the ISKCON temple of Lord Jagannath. We just got the darshan. We saw Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Devi. Now these deities are very, very special. They say they are non-different from Jagannath in Jagannath Puri. Same, absolutely the same. So if you're going to get darshan here or in Jagannath Puri, you are fulfilling the same purpose. You are getting the same benefit. And these deities, they were in the beginning when devotees were worshipping them. Very special deities. Many times they really show that they are not just wooden statues, but they are the Lord Himself. And in the beginning, when the devotees would worship them, there was no temple. There was like a very, very small place with bars in front. In the beginning, even there was no bars. And all these villages around, they are like a Muslim villages. And one time, few Muslims, they decided to come and steal the idols for whatever reason. And managed to take them out. You can see they are quite big. They managed to take them out and they started walking with them through the fields. All these were like forest and rice fields around. And suddenly at some point when they were in the middle of a rice field, all three of them, they felt very urgent need to go to the toilet. And they left the deities and they went. And when they came after 5 minutes and they tried to take again the deities and continue, they couldn't. Like they were the same people, same deities, same place, but the deities, they refused to move. And they were trying, I think they called a few more people to help them. And again, they were not able to take out the deities. And they understood they did a great offense and immediately they went to ISKCON temple where we are staying. And that, you know, in India, when someone is doing something and he understands is wrong, they have a way to show it. You know, what is the way?
Like they go to,
Yes. Like
nodding their
sometimes.
head in front of the Lord.
Johnny Vas Prabhu was saying they went like this. It means I did something very bad. So they said to Jayapataka Maharaj that they stole the deities, but they figured it out, it's something wrong, and now they want to bring them back, but they cannot bring them back. Then Jayapataka Maharaj and two other senior devotees, I don't remember which ones, they went, only 3 of them. They took the deities, they brought them back. Jai Jagannath. So there are many stories like that with these deities. Like one time, that was again in the beginning, there was a boy living around and playing around, and he liked the Subhadra Devi had like some decoration, nose ring, and he liked it very much and he wanted to have it. So he just came close to the deities. He just looked around and there was nobody at that time. And he was just about to take it. And then what happened? Suddenly Balaram just slashed him. And he fell down and he didn't know what to do out of it. And he immediately started calling and he gathered some people and he said, he beat me. He beat me. Balaram ki? Yeah. There was in the beginning, like devotees, they started offering something to Lord Jagannath, Balaram, Subhadra here, but they couldn't maintain the standard and they stopped. And then some strange things started happening, and actually the head pujari, at that time he went to Jayapataka Maharaj and explained like we try to keep some standard, but then we stopped offering. And Jayapataka Maharaj said, no, you have to offer. You have to. If once you start offering, you cannot stop. You have to offer. So they make a special arrangement that when they cook in our temple, one person will put from all the preparations in a tiffin, and with the bicycle will come all the way here and make an offering to Jagannath, Balaram, Subhadra. But at that time there was nobody here and the temple was like completely open, the altar. So one day he forgot to take tulsi, but he already prepared the plate, everything, and then he didn't know what to do now. I mean, if I offer without tulsi, it's not good. But if I go, like there are so many tulsis around, but if I go, some animal may come and eat from the boga and I cannot offer it after that. So what shall I do now? What shall I do? So at the end he prayed for forgiveness to Lord Jagannath and said, please forgive me and please take the prasadam like that. And he put tulsi in his mind, as sometimes we do, the devotees. And then he closed the altar and he offered, closed the curtain. And then after 20 minutes when he opened again, in the rice there was a big branch of tulsi just coming out. And he was like,
And Janivas Pankajana Prabhu, they said that they tasted the tulsi.
yeah? Okay. So, yeah, they are very special.
Even when they were not maintaining the standards, then Jagannath came in a dream to Jayapataka Swami Maharaj and then they said that they are not maintaining the standards. If you're not gonna come and take care of me, I'm gonna leave and go to Radha Mother. And then Guru Maharaj came, and then he asked the Grihasthas to take care of Jagannath. Then he's staying there.
And also they brought this Govardhan Shila at some point. And then the Jagannath appeared in the dream of the Pujari here and said, you know, since you brought this Govardhan Shila, he's so hungry. He's always eating the prasadam. Before you offer, he's already eating the prasadam. And he always starts with the sweets. So there are no sweets for us. So you have to do something about it. And they went and they said the dream to Jayapataka Maharaj, and he said, of course, immediately you have to make 2 separate plates. One for Govardhan Shila and one for Jagannath Baladev Subhadra. So that's the standard. And then also when we were coming, you saw so many mango trees around. So one part of these mango trees, they actually belong to the temple. Like the temple has his own big mango grove. And at that time, there was like 30-40 years ago, they had a chokidar, like a security, and he was guarding the mangoes from thieves who wants to come and steal them. So one day the chokidar, the security, he saw 2 boys on the tree and eating the mangoes, and he started yelling and screaming, and the 2 boys, they started running, and he was running after them, and they came to the wall of the temple and they just jump across. But because, you know, like in India on the fences, like, yeah, either they put this, like, that's new, you have these ropes, metal ropes that you cannot cross so easily. But before, the easy simple system was they just crash glass, bottles of glass, and just put the cement on the top, and then they just put the glass. So if you try to jump over, it's very much possible that you really cut yourself seriously. So these 2 boys, somehow they managed to jump, but one of the boys, part of his cloth, stayed on one of the glasses. So the security took it in here. He said, okay, now I have the proof. Now I will find you and I will punish you. And then he went other side and he entered and he went to the pujari and he was saying, where are the boys? He said, what kind of boys? He said, the boys that they just jumped through the fence and they were stealing the mangoes. I want to catch them and I want to beat them very nicely so that they know they won't come anymore. Pujari said, I don't know, I did not see anybody here. He said, no, they're somewhere here, I know. I have a proof. Like you see, one of the boys, when he was jumping, part of his cloth stayed on the glass, so I have proof now. And Pujari took it, looked carefully, went to the altar, opened the altar, and the cloth of Baladev and Jagannath, they were the same like the cloth that security was holding. He went behind and he saw like a piece of the cloth of the deity was missing. Baladev, huh? So Jagannath and Baladev, they liked it to go around and eat their mangoes. You know, these are their mangoes. Jagannath Swami ki Jai. And yeah, I mean, there are many more stories like that.
Can I ask a question? Why they are in these shapes?
Why they are in these shapes? Why Jagannath and Baladev are in these shapes? Okay, that's a short question and a long answer. But because we don't have much time, somehow we have to make it short. We'll give American answer to this question. Well, there are 2 stories which explain why they are in this shape. One of the stories is that when Krishna and Balaram from Dwaraka, they went to this holy place Kurukshetra to perform special yagyas to counteract some, I think it was sun eclipse.
Yeah.
And the queens came with them from Dwaraka, and people from Vrindavan also came there. So everyone was very much eager to hear the pastimes of Krishna. and in a closed tent, the queens gathered with I think the mother of Balaram, Rohini. And Rohini started explaining all these amazing pastimes of Krishna and Balaram when they were small, because the queens, they don't know these pastimes. And Krishna heard something is happening there. He came close by and he put his ear and he started listening his own pastimes, and he became ecstatic. And suddenly he's like, you know, sometimes when you are in ecstasy, one of the symptoms is you become stunned, like you cannot move. You become like paralyzed. So he took this very special ecstatic form. And then Balaram saw him. He said, what's wrong with my brother? What's happening here? He put his ear also. He started listening to pastimes, and he also took this form. And then their sister, Subhadra, also saw them, and she also the same. So they took these forms. But actually these are eternal forms of Krishna. It just shows that Krishna is mad from ecstasy. And there is another story of many years ago that one person, he was worshipping a very special form, Nila Madhava. And Krishna, he appeared in the dream of the king of Jagannath Puri, King Indradyumna, and told him, I want you to worship me in this form as Nila Madhava. And he went around, he asked the pujaris, do you know about this form? And nobody knew anything about this form. So then he collected many brahmanas and he sent them all over the world just to find, all over India, Bharata, to find this special form, who is worshipping this form, and I want to worship the same form. And nobody could find anything except one of the brahmanas. He went to some very remote village and he stayed in the home of some person, and he fell in love with his wife, daughter. Forgive me. And he got married and he stayed there and he started living there. And he noticed that the father, every morning he would go somewhere and he would come lunchtime, every morning. And he was wondering what's happening here, and he asked his wife, and she said, well, that's like, you don't have to know, and it's a secret, so you don't want to know this secret. He said, no, I want to know, tell me. And he was pushy so long time that at the end she told him, you know, my father, he has the special form of the Lord. He is worshipping every day. It's in a very remote place in the mountain. And he goes every day, he's doing the puja, the worship, and then he comes back. And he said, what is this form? She said, well, you know, this form is called Nila Madhava. It's like, so can you show me? She said, no, nobody goes there, only my father. He doesn't want to show to anybody because he's afraid Lord may leave him, so he's not showing to anybody. So he was thinking what to do. Then one day he put a handful of mustard seeds in the pocket of the father and make a very small hole. So when the father was walking towards this place, these seeds from time to time they will fall down. And after a month or so, they actually started growing and it became like a whole road that you could see from this. Like those who are here January, they know the mustard starts coming and it's very beautiful yellow flower. So you can very clearly see it. And in this way he could actually follow the path, and he went and he saw the deity. He was like, wow, such a beautiful deity, Nila Madhava. And then he went back and he said, okay, I have some job to do. I'll come back after some time. And immediately he went back, said to the king. The king said, okay, the army ready. We are going to get Nila Madhava. Bring it here in our kingdom. And they went, and The moment they reached there, the deity was not there. And the king was like, finished. So depressed, what's happening? The Lord doesn't want me to worship him. Then he heard a voice, and the voice said, don't worry, very soon I will appear and you have the opportunity to worship me. So then the king went back, and after a while he got a message that I'm coming. You have to go on the shore of the ocean. You know, Jagannath Puri. It's on the shore of the ocean. So 3 huge trees appeared, coming through the water. And then they tried to take them. It was very, very, very difficult. Like they tried, very strong man. Then even with elephants, and it was very, very difficult. But then at the end they managed, by the mercy of Krishna. And then he wanted someone to make deities from this wood, but nobody could work with this wood. It was so thick, no one could do anything about it. And then at the end, some stapati, like some, how you call it? Sculpture person came, and he said, I can do the job, but I have special conditions. I want you to close me in one hole, and nobody should come there until I come out. Like nobody, I don't want to see anybody. And if someone comes and disturbs me, I will just disappear and my job will be unfinished, okay? So king said, yes, sure. He gave the order. They put the big trees in this room, and the sculpture entered inside, and after some time they started hearing noise. Okay, he was working, so the king was very happy. Many days passed by, and from time to time they will hear he's working. Then at some point they stopped hearing any sound, and it went on like 2 days, 5 days, 10 days, 2 weeks, and then the king, he became very worried, and he was just walking in front of the door back and forth and not hearing anything. Then at some point he couldn't stand anymore. He just opened the door, and the sculpture, he was not there, but there were 3 deities, but obviously they were unfinished. And he became, oh no, what did I do? He told me that nobody should enter until his job is finished, and I enter. And now what I'm going to do, like deities are not finished. And then he heard a voice, and the voice said, actually this is my eternal form, and I want you to worship me in this form. Now do everything necessary, just build a huge temple and install me in this temple and worship me there. And Lord Brahma should make the prana pratishta ceremony. So the king, he went there with his special mystic powers to the Brahma Loka, and he said, my dear Lord Brahma, I have a request. He had to wait actually for a moment, Lord Brahma, to finish his puja. And then Lord Brahma came and he said, I have this request, please come and install these deities and I will worship them. He said, who are you? He said, I'm King Indradyumna, I'm the king of this place, Orissa, Jagannath Puri. He said, what do you mean king? He said, yeah, I'm ruling this place. He said, no, wait a minute. You spend one moment here on Brahma Loka. This is equal like so many years on your planet. Nobody neither remembers you nor any of your followers. Like everyone is dead long time ago. So you're nobody now. And then Indradyumna came back and he was wondering what to do, and he was just roaming around this area worshipping the Lord. And then at some point, I forgot the details, maybe someone remember, but Krishna became very satisfied with him and agreed that he will be installed and he will be worshipped by him, and said, ask me for 3 boons, whatever 3 things you want from me, I will fulfill them. And Indradyumna Maharaj said, first...
So he became king again. They stopped him.
Yes, I don't remember, there was some details there. Someone remembers? You remember? No. Ishvara? You remember? No. Anyway, so as he asked for 3 things. He said, first thing is, I want you to eat all the time, non-stop. And Lord Jagannath said, okay, tatastu, I agree. And that's why in Jagannath Puri they offer food like every 15 minutes there is offering. And they offer many preparations. And then second he said, I don't want you to sleep. I will worship you 24 hours. You won't sleep. And Lord Jagannath said, okay, this is a little bit more difficult, but okay, for your pleasure I will manage. So it is known that Lord Jagannath is not sleeping. His pujas, aratis are going from 4 o'clock in the morning till 12 o'clock at night. And the altar is closed only for 4 hours. And it's not because there is no worship at that time during these 4 hours, but these are the 4 hours the demigods comes to worship. That's why humans, they don't go there. So worship is going 24 hours. And then he said, okay, what's your last wish? And King Indradyumna said, I don't want to have children, yes, successors. And that was strange because king without success, like without successors, very strange. And he said, okay, but let it be so, but why? He said, because I don't want any of my like sons to think, oh, this is my temple and this is my deity. You don't belong to anybody. You are the master of the whole world. Everyone should come here and worship you. So these were the 3 wishes of King Indradyumna and Lord Jagannath. Okay, one last story from Jagannath Puri, because we said this Jagannath is not different from Jagannath in Jagannath Puri. Funny story with Khichdi. There was one sadhu, Swami, he came to Jagannath Puri and he needed a place to stay, and he stayed in the home of old lady. So this old lady, she was completely immersed in the bhava that she is a mother of Lord Jagannath. So you know, mothers, they always want to feed their kids, yes? They are always afraid that their kid is hungry. Like maybe the kid ate like 5 minutes ago, but anyway, maybe he's hungry, so give him something to eat. And this lady, like that, she was so worried that Lord Jagannath is hungry. In the morning, she would get up like 4 in the morning and she would start immediately cook for Lord Jagannath. Like no bathing, no putting clean clothes, no cleaning the kitchen, nothing. Just gets up and starts cooking for the pleasure of Jagannath. And Jagannath liked it a lot. So now this sadhu, he came, this Swami, and he saw this and said, like, mother, what are you doing? Like, we don't worship Lord Jagannath like that. You cannot do that. You have to get up. You have to like take shower, put clean clothes, and do achaman, and maybe chant few rounds for purification, then clean the kitchen. Only then you can cook for Lord Jagannath. It's not so easy. And this like old lady, oh, sadhu is saying, so I have to listen. She said, yes, yes, please forgive me and I'll do whatever you are telling me. So next day she gets up and Lord Jagannath comes like at 4:30, hungry, wants to eat his khichdi. No khichdi, no khichdi. Mataji is taking shower. Then okay, he said, okay, I'll come little later. He came after half an hour. She's cleaning the kitchen now. He said, I'm going to starve now a few hours. Why is that? And then she cooked, and until she was about to offer, it became like 7:30. And it's time for darshan. Lord Jagannath, like the curtains open, Lord Jagannath should give darshan. But he was very eager to get his khichdi, but the khichdi is steamingly hot and he's trying to eat, but like, oh, it's so hot, so hot. Jani Vasprabhu, one time he was telling this and he would make like, ooh, Jagannath, he's eating like this. Ooh, very, very hot. He also said this. So, very, very hot. And then the last moment, they opened the curtain in the temple in Jagannath Puri and they saw Lord Jagannath all over his place, his face with khichdi, like his whole mouth, everything, khichdi. And then, of course, the story immediately, everyone was talking about this. And then, yeah, yes, Jagannath, he appeared in front of this sadhu and he said, you know, I like the way how my devotees are worship me. You just don't worry about this, okay? Just leave the lady to do what she likes to do, and you just go and follow your rules and regulations and do whatever you like. Just leave the lady cook for me. I'm happy, she is happy, everyone is happy. So the sadhu went immediately and offered obeisances and said, please forgive me. Just don't mind. Just do whatever you're doing. Forget about everything. There was another story again with old lady. She would bring every day in the temple. She would make a special paste from neem, because neem is bitter and it helps digestion. So she would every day bring this for the pleasure of Lord Jagannath, because she was thinking they are giving him to eat so much ghee, so heavy stuff. How he's going to digest? Definitely he has like a digestive problems, so I have to help him. And Lord Jagannath liked this a lot. So one day she was entering in the temple and the security stopped her and said, where are you going? She said, I'm going to my son. And she said, who is your son? And she said, Jagannath. He said, you old lady, just get out of here. Lord Jagannath is the master of the universe, you are saying is your son, just get out. And he throws out the lady. And this day, Jagannath refused to eat. They have some rule that when they offer to Lord Jagannath, Pujari puts some water on his palm and he has to look and see the image of Lord Jagannath in the water. And if he doesn't, it means he's not accepting the food. And then they just throw everything. Like whatever preparations are there, it's considered that Lord Jagannath did not accept, and they just throw it and next offer. So this day Lord Jagannath refused to eat. Like again and again, and no, it's not working. Like Jagannath is angry, something is not happening. And then he appeared in the dream of, I think the head Pujari, and the head Pujari went to the king and said, you know, we have a problem. Lord Jagannath said he is very angry because his medicine is not there. There was this lady bringing the medicine, now she is not bringing it.
He was having a toothache, right? In the dream he said, I am having a toothache.
Yeah.
Because I am not getting the neem paste today.
Okay. And they started looking everywhere and they found this lady, and the king said, from now on every day this paste should be offered to Lord Jagannath. So it became like a tradition that Lord Jagannath is getting his neem paste every day. Jagannath Swami Ke. Great associates, Kholavecha Sridhar. And Ishvara will tell you a little bit.
As far as I remember the story though, let's see. So Kholavecha Sridhar and his wife were very high elevated devotees, Mahaprabhu and Krishna, and it was known for them that they were very poor, extremely poor. They didn't have anything. They didn't have even the proper utensils for the woman to cook in her household. They had a small, very small hut, not even a house. They lived there, and the roof of this hut was leaking. So they were, for the outsiders, for the people around them, they were kind of strange, because they were keeping themselves poor. They didn't try to make themselves comfortable. Not only that, they didn't have any children, and many times, almost every night, from their hut was heard loud crying and even screams. And the people were thinking, their neighbors were thinking, oh, see, such misery, they're in such pain, they don't have
anything to eat.
They're hungry. Not only that, their roof is leaking when it's raining, and not only that, they don't have children, they don't have a son. So they're very miserable. But in actuality, they were crying
whole night.
Ecstasy.
Yes. They were feeling so much ecstasy from their chanting that they were crying from ecstasy. But people, they were thinking they are so poor they don't have anything to eat, and that's why they cannot sleep even from hunger. Whole night they are just
they were yelling. So this is the same that Prabhupada explains, that sometimes for the non-devotees, the devotees look very strange and they're like, oh, these guys are so miserable. No sex, no money, no meat, no alcohol, no drugs. Such a miserable life. See them? See? They don't have money to buy clothes. They wear their bed sheets. And anyway, the stories with Kholavecha, they have a particular rasa with.
Also, something very interesting is that whatever money he would make from his business, you mentioned about business, 50% he will immediately give for worship of Mother Ganges. So it doesn't matter. He may, let's say today you make whatever, 100 rupees, but he would not say, oh, it's too little, so I need this money. No, whatever profit he makes, half of it immediately goes for worship of Ganges.
And yeah, when Tush Prabhu mentions profit, it doesn't mean that he's making profit. He was going around collecting banyan leaves and making from them cups and plates. So this is like extremely cheap to buy. So
Now it's cheap, but what to speak at that time, 500.
So he wasn't making any profits. 100 rupees for him was like $1 million. So anyway, but really whatever he collected, 50% he went to worship of Mother Ganges. And many times Mahaprabhu just passed by his shop and they started bargaining. Like it's common to bargain. And Mahaprabhu really liked this experience to bargain with Kholavecha Sridhar. Oh, these plates, they're nice, but they're very expensive. You're just a greedy businessman. I'm a sannyasi, see? And you want money out of me. How do you think? How can this is possible? And Kholavecha said, oh, okay, my dear Lord, okay, I will make for you 50% off, no problem. No profit for me. 50, no problem. But even then, Mahaprabhu will still not be pleased. No. See, I'm a sannyasi. I'm an elevated person. You should give me donation. I will not pay for these cups. And Mahaprabhu just grabbed some cups and he left. And Kholavecha said, okay, Hare Krishna, this is my Lord. He can do whatever he likes with me.
He was telling Kholavecha Sridhar, Kholavecha, you are pretending you are very poor guy. Like everybody thinks, but actually I know you have a very big hidden wealth in your place. And he was like, my Lord, why you are saying this? No, you see I don't have any clothes. Saying, no, I know you have great wealth in your place. Meaning that he has Krishna Prema.
Yeah, from outside he was so poor that in one lecture I heard that he didn't, his clothes, his dhoti had a lot of holes. It was torn up. So he didn't have enough money to buy himself a new dhoti, and he didn't have enough money to buy himself a needle and a thread. So in order for his wife to repair the dhoti, he was so poor. But yet at the same time, as people mentioned, he was so wealthy with Krishna Prema, love of God. And his place is very close by his hut. It's right in the forest. It's very peaceful, very soothing, very nice. But I don't know if we have time to go there.
Yeah, maybe we can go. I was thinking, like, you know, some devotees, they are very, very dear to the Lord. So dear that when they go to the Lord and He reciprocates with them. But you have even more dear devotees. They are so dear that the Lord goes to them every day. Like Kholavecha Sridhar was like that. Lord Chaitanya was so attracted by his devotion, every day he would personally go to him. And Haridas Thakur was also like that. Lord Chaitanya would every day go and personally see Haridas Thakur and bring him Mahaprasada. So, very, very high devotion, very extremely pure. And Kholavecha Sridhar, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu one time he manifested his mood of the Supreme Lord, and he was asking different devotees, what do you want, what do you want, what do you want? And then he asked for Kholavecha Sridhar to come, and they were speaking a little bit, and the Lord said, ask from me a blessing, what do you want from me? And he thought about it and he said, my dear Lord, you know what? I want you to continue coming every day to my place and bargain in the same way with me, and at the end I will give you the things for free, no problem. This will be my greatest happiness in life. And Lord Chaitanya, he was okay. Tatastu. So that was the reward he wanted. Just let's continue having the same relationship that we're having. I don't want anything else.
We can see also, since you mentioned Haridas Thakur, we see that these kind of devotees, they don't make any activities to upgrade their material existence. Like Kholavecha Siddhar didn't, oh no Mahaprabhu, I have to save money because I need new clothes and I have to prepare my roof or things like that. And Haridas Thakur, he was not able to go into the Jagannath temple, but he didn't stood his ground in the material sense. No, I'm the Namacharya, how come you're not letting me go to see the Lord? Oh, just accept whatever.
So special personalities. Also here we have, just behind, we have a place where Lord Shiva resides. We will go now and take darshan. And next to it there is the Samadhi of Jayananda Prabhu, who is one of the pioneers of Krishna consciousness, so dear to Srila Prabhupada that Srila Prabhupada said we cannot have Ratha Yatra unless the picture of Jayananda Prabhu is on the Jagannath cart. So it's a must, it's a rule, and devotees are doing it all over the world. In Bulgaria we are not doing it.
Oh, we do.
We have? Are we?
Not every, like for the past 1 year it was lost, the picture, but
We have before. Okay. So yeah, it's a special person, we can take his blessings.
Отиваме към храмчето на Шива. Преминаваме една горичка от Толаси. Ето го езерцето с лодката, където имат забавления да ги качват муртите на лодка. И самадито на Джаянанда Прабу. Да. Аз като видя такова дърво, искам да се покатеря. Харе Кришна, Кришна Кришна, Харе Харе, Харе Рама, Рама Рама, Харе Харе. Толкова. Много е хубаво. И това полета. Така, оператора ми леко се. Упс! Поздно. Я премести камерата да кажа влезем. Ами ще умра. Ще умра. Тези полета всъщност принадлежат на муртите. И тук се отглеждат неща за муртите. Това исках да кажа.
Прекрасно. Много.
Градините са тук.
Да, извинете тук, че малко друса, драги зрители. Падам.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
He is Madhu Mangal, Krishna's intimate friend, amusing him with merry jokes.
Wow, Madhu Mangal.
Often as a teenager, Lord Chaitanya came here and making fun of Sridhar, bargained with him for the best bananas, cola, and banana leaf cups at half the price. All night long, Sridhar loudly chanted the holy name of Krishna in ecstatic love here. One day after a big Nagar Sankirtan, the Lord, along with the devotees, came to Sridhar's house to rest. Noticing an old rusty pot of water, the Lord drank from it with great pleasure. Finally, today I have achieved devotion to the lotus feet of Krishna simply by drinking water from Sridhar's pot.
Haribo.
From then on, this place became known as Kirtana Vishram Stan, the resting place of the Kirtan group.
Just having said this, Gauranga began to cry.
Oh,
Amazing.
yes.
3. Wow.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.